Welcome back to Destination Playdate. I am your host, Attack Slug, and today's game is called Reflector. It is on itch for a price of $5, as always, link in the description. It is an action arcade high score type game. Let's hop in and show you how it plays in endless mode. This uses the crank and the D-pad, so I am the ship. I can move with the D-pad and move my shield with the crank, and your object is to mash these, I guess, asteroids into other asteroids, but only once you bounce them once. And the more they bounce without actually colliding, the higher your score is going to be. You get 3 hits on your ship until you die, and if you can get that heart, I missed it. The heart in the ship gives you an extra hit, and you can get 5 of those, I guess, stacked, but I usually end up dying before that even happens, so you know. It gets fast and furious. There are power-ups to increase your speed, to increase the size of your shield, and to increase your multiplier to get an even higher score. And thankfully, there is a local leaderboard on the game. I think any game that is a high score game on Playdate should have a local leaderboard, because otherwise, how would you even keep track? Like, that's just common sense, right? So, otherwise, this is kind of the main mode in the game in Endless here, so I'm going to just die real quick, and then we'll show you the other modes in this game. So I'm going to now, on purpose, die here, and you will see. Game over. There is the leaderboard, and the high scores. That was a number 2 score on that. Let's head back to the menu, because there's also the challenge mode. And in the challenge mode, there are 7 different challenges that all change the gameplay a little bit to get into that challenge. Number 1 is you can't move, right? So you only get the shield, and you can't go nowhere. It's just last as long as you can with just the shield in the center. No power-ups, nothing. Just doing this for as long as you possibly can hold out before things totally murderize you. Just 1 hit and you're done, and you get different stars depending on how long you last in that challenge. And that is kind of how that plays out with the various challenges. This one has no shields, which is, alright, avoid as long as you can. Then you have target smash, mini shield, one shot, constant thrust, and inversion. But also, we have the target rush, which is you are constrained on the left side of the screen here to get a high score, and you will shoot out at regular intervals towards these different variables on the right-hand side. Now, don't hit that 0, because that 0 gonna make your score a 0. You want to hit the multiplier. Don't do that. See, that's the problem. Don't do that. Before you hit the right side, you want to hit that multiplier to really increase how things go, and you have a timer that will end up going to 0, and it is how high of a score can you get before that timer hits 0. Now, also, you can see some stats here on the left-hand side in your options menu, but also, you have an option to change how sensitive the crank is, and you got 1, 2, and 3. So, 1 is a 1-to-1 with the crank and the shield. And obviously, increasing it makes it go even faster, so where things will go around 3 times with 1 spin if you have it on the highest possible level. But for me, I think 2 is the sweet spot, because what I found is games that use the D-pad and the crank to a high degree, like this one, end up making my hands cramp up a little bit with the tiny little Playdate in my hands. It's not, you know, your mileage may vary on that particular bit of business, but personally, I think 2 is a great spot here for your shield spinning deal, because 1 you can't spin for me like fast enough to get around to where it needs to be to actually reflect the shots. I haven't tried 3 yet. Let me just try 3 here and see. Yeah, alright, so I go 1 thing and it goes way, way too fast. If things are a bit too difficult, I'd say try 2, because I think 3 is way too much and 1 is way too little. Anyhow, that is Reflector, out now on itch for a price of $5. I think it's cool, and I am your host, Attack Slug. Keep on cranking, more videos, link in the description. I'll see you next time right here on this channel, and I'm out.